I'm getting ready to hook power to the lighting system and see if I have any fires, shorts, or explosions. Or if everything just works the way it's supposed to the first time I try. Not really sure. It's time to get the wiring done. That's what we're gonna use to wire the lights. There's not a lot of color choices there, but we'll make it work. I picked up a dimmer switch, I got relays, I got my headlight switch and turn signals. It was cheap, I don't know. Wiring. Wiring is the big thing I've been avoiding. It's the time to get to that now. So that's where we're at. Got it all back together. Nothing's tight. It's all pretty loose yet. That, you know, I gotta adjust for door gaps because those gotta be pristine. It's nice to see the front end back together on it. It really helps bring it all together in one big solid package, and I love it. Now that I got this done, I guess I can stop avoid wiring and start working on headlights and park lights and turn signals and brake lights. I can't avoid it any longer. That's where I'm at with it. This is not happy. We'll just hope that doesn't leak. I don't know if it's going to or not. I clearly need to make a little more clearance in there, I guess. Yeah. I'll deal with it later. So let's get cracking on the wiring. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. Okay, I'm a little worried about it, but it'll be fine. We got this. I wonder if this door closes now. Oh yeah, mint. Look at that. I mean, it's just perfect. We'll adjust it, it's fine. This is my schematic. I'm gonna make sure I mark down my colors on this, and I'm gonna keep it with my car with all my other wiring mess of diagrams that probably only I can understand. But that's all that really matters because I'm the only one that works on it, so it's fine. And I'm just gonna get going on it. Yeah, I already went through and figured out what wires went where. I think this is off like a Kubota or something. I don't even know. I need better, yeah. It even has a horn button, so that's kind of cool, right? I don't know. I went and dug through the old wiring harness that I'm still holding on to until I'm done with this project and cut this plug out of it. This way I can wire an end onto this and have the switch be removable instead of having everything hardwire or a bunch of individual connectors, because that'd be miserable. I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna butt connect all these wires together and keep a tally of what I got going where, and then my switch will have a plug on it. I think it's genius. I don't have the tools to take these things apart and put them together, so I can't make new ones. That's what we're gonna do. Right or wrong. I'm gonna try and match as many colors together as I can. You know what? I'm just gonna go through and put connectors on all of these first. That sounds like a good idea to me.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, shit on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast.
I am using heat shrink connectors. This should be inside the cab, so it shouldn't even be an issue, but they're just so much nicer than the regular traditional connectors.
That's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some.
Thanks, Simon. Make it make sense. I know how I'll do it. I'll explain later, it's fine. Or I'll forget I even said that, and you'll never hear about it again. White and red and yellow. So what color do you want white and red to mix with? I have to write notes or I will forget what I've done. Alright. Stay focused. Stay focused. So, brown and blue. We'll just hook to brown. I should be able to wire it in so this works with park lights and then headlights is my goal. That'll be park lights. That'll be headlights. And then I got a dimmer switch to get the high beams. I hope that works correctly. Because I don't know. Looking at this, the way this is wired, I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, I might have to go get an actual light switch. So I'm not smart enough to make this work the way I want it to work without a lot of time figuring it out, and I don't have that kind of time. I'm still gonna use it, just not for headlights and tail lights. Probably gonna set it up to put my, I wanna get light bars, lights and stuff on everything on here, so I'll probably set it up for that. And maybe the horn button, I don't know, but for now, it's going away. I pulled the original headlight switch out, cleaned it all up, and checked the continuity through all of it, and it all seems to work. That moved, I don't know how. So, I'm back to square one, got myself a dimmer switch, gonna mount that down there, and I'm just gonna start piecing together my wiring. Wait, that doesn't go there. It goes on this one. You know, you might be asking yourself, isn't your wiring going to be 12 volt and this is probably 6 volt? Probably. Is that going to cause any issues? I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when it does. I'm just glad I can finally start attaching some wires. Been out here all damn day and ain't done nothing. Been out here since 9 o'clock this morning. It is now 2 o'clock and I finally got my first wire connected. We're rocking and rolling. Well, I went to go get my paint pen to mark this as high, but I remembered last time I used it, it exploded all over me, so that's not an option. Almost looks professional. I do have a bad habit of using the same color wire for everything. I'm going to do my best not to let that happen with this. That doesn't guarantee anything though. Okay, we got 3 wires hooked up. And then I need everything to go to a fuse, a power terminal. Apparently I should have picked up some more connectors. Damn it. I am running out. Story of my life. Never prepared. I have been hard at it. Check this out. Yeah, it looks like kind of a disaster right now, but it'll clean up. I promise. I promise it'll be mint. Started wiring in my turn signal switch because I'm going to use the stock one because this whole thing just didn't... Oh God, I'm a mess. This whole thing just didn't plan out like it was supposed to. I better pick my paperwork up before I lose it or wreck it or whatever. The turn signal switch is half wired in. The headlight switch is 80% wired in. I haven't loomed anything yet or zip tied anything up tight yet because I'm still working the kinks out. But I just hung a bunch of zip ties on my fender bolt holes and just, you know, basically created a, I don't know, a harness that way so all the wires are ran through the same spot so I can tidy it up nicely when I get done. Headlights are hooked up. I'm kind of just loosely hanging the wires across right now. I did run into a problem though. My park light and turn signals are not going well, so I gotta come up with a solution for that. They are wired in, but I can't get the bulbs out of them. And let me show you. I took this one off, but the screws on the back here, I mean, they're seized up. So I thought, oh, maybe it's like everything else. You just pull the light socket off from the backside and I'll just change the bulb. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to come out of there. The bulb's still in there. My bad. But I think I got an idea of what I'm gonna do to fix that or change it, however you want to look at it. Back in the back, my wiring is still laying on the floor because I haven't crawled up underneath there and put it all up properly, but I wanted to get the wires connected and at least semi-routed. I took the old tail lamp off. I love these things. They're really cool looking, but these ones are pretty rough. I mean, I don't mind that they're rough, but I need them to function, and I don't think these are gonna function. I've already put my thumb through one of the lenses, so it's whatever. So I grabbed these guys. Local parts store had them as a set, and I'm probably gonna hollow this out and then flush mount these in here. And then I think they'll look pretty good actually. It's still got red on top, white on bottom, just like the original, so it's basically like a Xerox copy of each other. It's perfect. So that's where we are with that. But now it's just continuously wiring. Continue wiring. That's all there is to it. Before I even get these mounted in here, I'm gonna wire them all up and make sure everything works the way it's supposed to, and then we'll figure out the fine details. That sounds like a good plan to me. I like that idea. All right, let's get under here and get this done. Whoa.
Life gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it, no cap.
We're doing pretty good. We got one side completely wired in here. It's gonna eventually end up there. I can buy a pre-cut bracket that this grommet fits into perfect, versus me trying to make it perfect. It's just gonna save me so much time. So I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna clean this out and I'm gonna weld that in there and then fill it in with sheet metal, and then this will just fit right there perfect. So we got one done. Running the wires along the fender there, back along just underneath the gas tank, I suppose, and then back around to this side versus across the bottom here, because I think they'll get ripped or broke or something. That seems like the smart move. I mean, I guess I could pop a hole, go underneath, pop another hole and bring them back up in. That may happen. I don't know. We'll see. So that's where we're at right now. Just gotta keep on keeping on, as they say. So we're getting there. I haven't tested any of this. I've just wired it all and heat shrunk it all, and crossing my fingers that when I put power to everything, it's all gonna work the way it's supposed to. Probably won't, and I'm prepared to accept that defeat. But if it does, woohoo! But we'll get there. Hold on, we gotta mute Busta here. Don't need none of those copyright violations. Woohoo! Anywho, so we got her about done back here. That light's wired in. It's loomed all the way back to there. This is just extra wire hanging here. Don't pay no attention to that. Loomed all the way across. I'm gonna secure it back there once I get my straps in for my gas tank. Loomed, ran out of loom. If I remember, I'll get back to it. Tied up to the back of the fender, out to this light. So the tail lights are officially wired from front to back. Wait, reverse that, from front to back. So yeah, I haven't tested anything, no. Still haven't done that. I'm gonna assume it's probably okay. Yeah, I'm sure it is. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward here. Now we gotta go up in the front. Now that everything's tied up, everything's connected, except for, well, my park turn signal light issue, but I've got a solution on the way for that. I might rewire my headlights because I use the stock wiring, and being I've changed all the other wires now for the lighting system, I would hate for that last little bit to be the problem. So I'm probably gonna switch out the old wiring up there. It's all still wired, so that's the important thing. Now I gotta figure out how to wire my flasher in and get power to everything, and then I suppose try and see if it works. I don't know. I think we're at that point. Try and see if it works better than my four-wheel drive wiring, because that has been nothing but problems. So let's go for it. Let's see what happens. I did end up getting this flasher. Novita. Interesting. Ooh, long lasting, so it should be good to go for the lifetime of this vehicle. I've never wired one of these in outside of like a fuse block situation, so I gotta figure that out. Doesn't look too complicated though. I mean, looks like it gets power in and power out. I'm gonna go with power goes into that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Has to be. Ah, yes. So power from the ignition, then that goes to the turn signal switch. See, I knew what I was doing. Kind of. Because I remembered what I saw earlier. So this should have a positive side on it. Maybe it doesn't matter, I don't know. I'm getting it out, just relax. So I'm gonna guess this is positive and this is turn signal switch. If it's wrong, I'll switch them. But that's how I'm gonna wire it in. What else did I get? I did a parts store run today. Ah, yes. I remember. I got a battery lug junction block thing. So I'm gonna pull power. I'm gonna run a wire from my battery to this, and then I will be able to connect other sources to this for power. In my head it makes sense, so it should be fine. I'm not gonna pull a bunch of power off of this. I'm just gonna use it for the headlights basically, so it's all in one central location, so it's easy for me to figure out if something's wrong. Just keep chugging away, chipping away at it one bit at a time, one piece at a time. I think we're down to about 5 wires left, and it should be all wrapped up here. God, I hope so. We'll do it because it's the best option. It's probably not, but I'm doing it anyways. clean some of my mess up here I got. This is from one day of working out here. I've got this much of a mess already. Jesus. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to not to have a mess. Just not sure when I'm going to get around to that. This is going to be fun. Yep, definitely another one of those things I wish I had thought about before now, but we'll make it happen. There, that wasn't so bad. I'm even going to use the second hole. I know, call me crazy. That's if I can get to it. Okay, so it moved a little bit, so it's not straight up and down anymore, but you'll never know. Ow. Yeah, nice and secure. It's like factory up in there. Beautiful. Can I just join these two powers together? Is that okay? I mean, what's the difference, right? They're all getting power from the same spot. If it fits, it ships. Beautiful. That'll go right there. I have been trying to keep all my wire colors as close to what they're supposed to be as possible. My brake light switch here, for example, orange is the in. Well, I've made orange the in, so I went and robbed another orange wire off of the stock harness, so it's all the same color, so I don't have rainbow colored wires all within one section, because that sucks to try and find issues in. Ask me how I know that. We did get a little tear in the heat shrink here, so we're just going to cover it up with some electrical tape. Problem solved. Ooh, it's hot too. There. And that guy will go on there. And we can put the nut and the washer back on. And we'll get her cranked all down tight. I mean, it kind of looks like the Griswolds at Christmas with their lights all plugged into the one socket. But I'm sure it's fine. If you're wondering if I'm nervous about this, abso-frickin-lutely. No sparks, that's good. I don't hear any hissing or sizzling or see any smoke. I think we're good to put the nut on. Well, the nut didn't go tight enough, so that's not gonna work. Super anticlimactic, which is perfect, just what you want. Big buildup with no payoff. I promise I'm getting there. I'm gonna get this powered up. Okie dokie. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I've already made it through the fire test stage, so we should be good. All right, let's pull a light switch out and see what happens. No sparks, that's a good sign. Let's start with the tail lights. Come on. Be nice. Nothing. Not a thing. Wonder what I've screwed up here. Oh, I bet I know. Hang on a second. I bet I need the key on. Now let me see. We got tail lights. They both work. Okay, we got brakes. How can we do this? I mean, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I can see it. No brake lights. But is that because the turn signal's crap? Okay, so I gotta check. Gotta check why the brake lights aren't working. And turn signal's probably not gonna flash because these are LED and there's not enough resistance there. How's this one look? That one's not lit up, so that one's good. So I just gotta figure out my brake lights. Let's check the other blinker, because the power is obviously getting back there. Now this one's lit up brighter, so we're good. That's half the battle. What are the odds anything in the front's working? Yeah, I don't know how old these bulbs are, so I'm not surprised that's not working. But I do have different, let me check. I went to go get another bulb to try, and then I had a realization that I never grounded these yet. There's no ground on them. That's definitely why that's not working. The ground wire is cut off right here. So let me fix that and we'll try again. So I got one problem fixed. The brake lights, they're working now. I don't know if you can see them or not. I think the turn signal switch is probably a little corroded and old and rusty, and it has to be just a precise location, otherwise nothing happens. So I don't know if that was, I don't know, but they're working now, which is freaking sweet. And they would blink if they had resistors because they're LEDs and they're not gonna blink. So whatever was causing the issue must have fixed itself and it started working now. So I'm probably gonna order a new turn signal switch just to have, in case it gives me too much guff, I can get that at least replaced and then take that out of the equation. So that's working. I gotta figure out my headlights now. So I've got my solution for mounting these taillights back here, because obviously that's just not gonna work. But I have an idea. I ordered stock brackets, you know, for like a trailer. They were on Amazon. They were like $8. Look how thick that is. That is way thicker than I was anticipating, which is great because I was nervous that when I started welding one in here, it might get a little warped and disfigured and the grommet and the brake light might not fit like it's supposed to. I'm not concerned anymore. So we're just gonna basically get these wires out of the way. My thinking is, I'll just figure out the best placement for it on here, trim what I need to trim on everything, weld it right to it, and then on top and bottom, I'll finish it off with just some sheet metal. It should be fine. I think this is gonna work perfect. Superb. So what I've done, I took those brackets, I cut the L piece off of it, ground it all down obviously, so we got good connection for ground and welding. I'm gonna take the stuff on the inside out so it's out of the way, and I'm just gonna weld it to the outside. I was gonna cut it to fit and recess in there, but I don't care. I don't need it to do that. I don't have time to mess around with it because I'm really running out of time. And I think it'll look all right like that. Just plaster it on the outside. So that's what we're doing. I just gotta, you know, trim a bunch of this stuff out of here because it's in the way. There, just like that. And we can weld this in here. We'll get it all set up where I wanted it. I'll mark it and we will weld it in. Heck yeah, this is gonna work. I'm really hoping I can weld this in here without burning my freshly did taillight wiring, because that would suck. So we threw some gloves over it just to protect it. I don't know if it'll help. It probably won't. Ooh, I can even clamp it, I bet. Maybe. Not really. Let's try and see. Where do you think I put it? Oh, right there. Found it. Stop looking. I like it. Burn it. Apparently I welded a big old goober in there last time. This is going bad. I'm struggling tonight. Look at that. Look at that goober. Overhead welding at its finest. I didn't even know I did this. Much better. I mean, it kind of looks straight, doesn't it? We're sending it. Let's go. Uh-oh. We may have burned through there a little bit. Whoops. It ain't going nowhere. Just like so. Voila. So obviously I'm going to let that cool down before I put any rubber grommets in there, because that'll melt, pretty sure. Now we just got to, you know, cover those two holes and we're golden. I'm going to get this other side knocked out and then we'll get that done. God, we're making progress every day. What do we think? Does it look the same? Huh? Do they look the same? What do we think? I'm sure it's right on the money. Let's get a tape measure and find out though. Just to be on the safe side, you know. I don't know if it's a full moon tonight or not, so that could throw things off a little bit, I guess. But I don't know where my tape measure is either, so that might be a lost cause. What was I measuring yesterday? Ooh, I remember where it is. I know where it is. Right where I left it. We are at 1 5/8 to the opening. 1 11/16. Told you, right on the money. Sending it. Release. Why are you getting tighter? Get out there. No problem. Oops, I forgot about my wiring. Ooh, smoking. Is that way more welding than that thing needs? Abso-frickin-lutely, but I think it looks cool, so that's why I did it. So I cut this little doohickey out. It'll fit right, nope, hang on. Right there, it's burnt near perfect. You can tell by the nice smooth cuts that I used my CNC machine to cut it. That's a lie. I used to be basically a human CNC machine until that snorkeling incident. That ruined that for me. Let's see if we can get this in here without any issues. It's gonna be perfect. I impressed myself with the fitment of this one. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Yeah, I might give it a little grind, I don't know, or I'll just leave it because I think it looks all right too, so. I'll figure that part out later, it's fine. All right, it's the next day. I was tired. I've been out in the sun working every day, so it's an excuse, but it is what it is. I got a couple more, you know, covers made, shields, protectors. I got a couple more of these made is what I'm saying. So that's gonna fit there. I got the one for that side made as well. I'm gonna buzz these in quick and then, yeah, the taillight housings are done. Wasn't too bad. I didn't know what I was gonna do until I started doing it, and then once I started doing it, it worked out. These are super easy to do. Anybody could make LED taillights work on any car. This is simple. So I'm glad I came up with this. Let me get these buzzed in and the taillights will be checked off the list. Perfect. Good enough. All right, let's pop one of these bad boys in and see how we look here. Grommet still fits like it's supposed to, so that's a bonus. Reverse light on the bottom. Heck yeah. Look at that. I mean, I think it's perfect. It's awesome. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I could have had this work all done already. Whatever, it's done now. Sweet. I would light it up for you, but you know, my battery's disconnected and everything right now, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. And go get the front ones done, because they need to be done yet too. So let's go get the front ones knocked out. All right, I'm back on my park lights here. I don't remember where the other one, oh, here it is. I found it, hold on, yep, right here. Apparently it fell in the oil and it's been sitting in oil, so whatever. Here it is. It will not come apart. It's got these screws back here. I'm sure if I tried hard enough I could get it, but I don't care if it's not stock, so it doesn't bother me. I moved on. I found an alternative on Amazon. Hang on, it's right here. These guys, they're still clear, so they look like factory. They got a high beam and a low beam. So they work as a park light and a blinker. It's perfect. So to get this to work, I've got to find a way to mount it in this hole. Those wires are obviously no good for anything. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this paper here, or this poster board, just kind of make myself a template. So, I mean, that works out pretty good. Some people use a hammer or something, but I happen to have dirty hands right now, so that worked out. We'll just cut this baby out. Like so. And voila. A perfect template. But the question is, do I want it out here or do I want to recess it back in here, like recess back into about here? I think that would look better, but I'm not against this either. I'm just gonna trim it back and see how we look. I can always make another one. So clearly I came up a little short here. Damn it. I like it set back in there though. So that's what we're doing. 7 3/4 by 3 1/8. Oh my God, stop doing it. We'll try and see if this works. It probably won't, but I'm gonna try. It took 3 templates and modifying the last one, but we got it. I'm gonna go buzz 2 of these out. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my plate here machined down to fit, and by machined, I mean, you know, grinder. But she fits in there nice and snug now. I mean, it's like frickin' perfect, like factory almost. Just gonna put a few tacks in there to hold it. Then I'll figure out my hole situation and what I need for that, because I don't even know. Don't even know where the light, oh, the light's right there. So I'll get all that figured out, and we will go from there. I like it. Forgot my welding helmet. Damn it. I mean, I've had worse results, but I think it turned out all right. We'll just let her cool down, and then we'll pop some holes in it, wire our light in, and be done. I'm gonna do that one now. Yeah, same thing, times 2. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, I had to extend my wires to make all this work. So that was no big thing. It's a 2-for-1. I eliminate the old junk style wires off the 6-volt system, and I gain length, so it's a win-win in my book. Ooh, plus I gotta do a ground wire. I forgot. No big thing, we'll make it happen. We'll make it work. Stop falling. Well, I think they look pretty good. So I did get my park lights working. My headlights are working. It's not on right now, but it does work. My tail lights are working, my brake lights are working, my turn signals, no, they failed. I don't know. I think it's the switch. I'm gonna assume it's the switch. We'll see. So that's gonna have to wait, but at least we're making progress. They look pretty rad though, I like them. I'll get a switch and we'll switch that out and see if we get blinkers. Otherwise, I'll use hand signals. I don't know. So I don't know what happened, but you know, I get lucky once in a while. For some reason, when I plugged my cluster back in, I now have blinkers. I don't know why. I don't know. But they're working, that's all I care. They're bright as shit, which is great. Everything works like it's supposed to. The blinkers keep going. If I push my foot on the brake, it just cuts out the one brake. So, completely built from scratch harness. And it all works the way it's supposed to first try. I'm pretty happy about that. Sweet. Now I just gotta get the headlights figured out because the headlights I planned on using, the glass is cracked on them and that's not gonna be good. So I'll probably get something, I'll get something different to put in. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll find something. But I need to get headlights next. It's time for headlights. So I got a couple issues. See this little doohickey here? That's what holds the chrome surround on. Well, it broke off on this side. That's a bummer. I have it, it's right here. It's still attached. That's problem one. Problem two, I'm not putting stock headlights in here. So this is a little too small for my needs. So I gotta open this up a little bit. So that should be pretty easy. But it's just a matter of figuring, wow, that woodpecker is really loud. I might take the grindy wheel to it and give it a little ring. Also on this side maybe? Well, it's something, I guess. Get her back on. You know, we'll just do a little couple little 2-3 tacks and I think that'll hold. We're doing it. We're gonna try and find the don't burn through instantly setting. We'll guess at that. And then we just kind of close our eyes and go for it. Okay, so I might need a ground first. I had to put the phone down, use both hands, and looks pretty professional. Yeah, I think so. Well, I'll be. She is on there. The question is, though, is it gonna hold? Probably not. It's good. Yeah, the screw even comes out. I wasn't even worried much. And of course, I went with the stockest looking headlights I could find. I like these and they fit in the budget. And that thing looks rad. Yeah, I like it. With the way that cord comes out of the back, it doesn't work. So I gotta fix that. I think I'm just gonna take and cut it all out of there and be done with it. I don't need it anymore. Plasma cutters are fun. Just make sure you're wearing all the appropriate gear, you know, like a face shield and gloves, and have a guide for your cut so it all comes out nice. I'm not gonna do any of that. See, that's why you should wear gloves. With any luck, this should fit in here now. Oh no, we need more. We're gonna make more room. Probably okay. And you definitely wanna make sure you do a nice, clean, straight cut. Take pride in your work, you know? Haha. Now she fits. I may have got a little too hasty with my cutting here because it doesn't sit right now because the rest of it's not back there. It's supposed to rest on this and it just whoops is what I'm saying. I think my best bet is to get this set, the headlight set in where it's supposed to go. That doesn't look right. Something like that. I don't know. And then I'll just put the beauty ring around it and that'll hold everything in place, I'm sure. So it fits in there. I got this it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Well, I had to take it all back apart again because I went to put the screw in this for the beauty ring and yeah, she just fell off of my hand like so. I gotta fix this one now and then we'll put it all back together. Well, did I get some bird crap splattered on there? Yep, I sure did. But it's back together, so I'm content. Okay, we're back together part 2. Now we'll see if this will go on without breaking instantly. Sweet! Now let's do that one. And bam, just like that, it's in. Both of them. I did the smart thing. They're in. And didn't test any of my wiring or nothing before I put them in. Park lights are on. Oh, look at that. We got headlights. I have working lights all the way around. Hell yeah. You are shining bright, my friend.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up. It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out.